Mortal Kombat AI videos have been running rampant online, with videos getting hundreds of thousands of views to even over 1 million views. So obviously, people are interested in these videos. With that being said, I want to take a look at a couple of AI MK videos and grade if the computer can cast Mortal Kombat characters better than mortals can.
I am Shao Kahn.
First, we got Emma Stone as Kitana, and even though I like Emma Stone, she's not the first person I would think of when I think of Kitana, so I'm gonna grade this a C. Next is Rihanna as Tanya, and I think this is pretty spot on. I think I'm gonna go A for Rihanna as Tanya. Next is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the Brahma Bull, the Great One, the People's Champion, the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment as Kano. I'm sorry. I love The Rock, as you can tell, but this is an F. No, is it because they're both bald? No, I'm not having it. This is an F. Next up is Jean-Claude Van Damme, the man from Bloodsport, the man who played Guile in the first Street Fighter movie as Quan Chi. Clearly, this is an F. Next up is Hugh Jackman as Scorpion. And again, this is just not the first person I would think of to play this character. Oh man, even though I can see it because they're both kind of big, so I'm gonna go with a D. This is not quite a fail, but it's a D. By the way, can we just acknowledge the dedication and hard work that Hugh Jackman went from 2000, how he looked then in X-Men 1, to 2024, how he looked in X-Men, I'm sorry, not X-Men, but how he looked in Wolverine and Deadpool. Absolutely fantastic transformation. Next up is Eminem. What are they doing? Eminem in a Mortal Kombat casting with AI? Eminem as Sub-Zero. F! This is ridiculous. Next up is Morgan Freeman as Jax. Is it because Morgan Freeman is bald now? Or, I don't know. I feel like Morgan Freeman has always looked ancient. He's a fantastic actor, don't get me wrong. I love Morgan Freeman, but Morgan Freeman as Jax is an F. Next up, Robert Downey Jr., the man who played a man who's acting like another man. Tony Stark as Smoke. I just don't feel it. I don't even think you would cast him as this role, even though he's a great actor, just because this isn't the type of character Robert Downey Jr. would normally play. So I'm sure he could figure it out. So for that, I'm going to say D, but this isn't a good pick. Next up is Angelina Jolie as the Empress Sindel. And you know what? I'm kind of digging this. I like Angelina as Sindel. I'm going to go with an A on this one. Next up is Brad Pitt as Noob Saibot. And we're not going to take long. This is an F. Next is Scarlett Johansson as Sonya Blade. You know what? Again, this is not the first person I would think of to play Sonya Blade. But looking at it, I kind of like it. I'm going to go with a B for Scarlett Johansson. Next up is Chloe Grace Moretz, and I'm almost certainly pronouncing that wrong. But Chloe Grace as Cassie Cage, and she is well, at least to me, she is she's from kind of actresses. You know what I mean? You see her and you go, she's from, that girl, for me, she's one of those, and I know her from Kick-Ass as Hit Girl. Anyway, Chloe Grace as Cassie Cage, I kind of like this. Again, she's not the first person I would think of for Cassie, but I think it fits. So I'm going to go with a B for Chloe as Cassie. Next up is Gal Gadot as Kitana, and I'm kind of digging this too. I think I'm going to have to go with a B for this. Again, we have Angelina as Sindel, and as I said before, Angelina's destroying this role. She's eating with this role, so I'm gonna give this an A. Next up is Megan Fox as Melina, and I'm almost certain that they chose Megan Fox as Melina just because of her work on Jennifer's Body, which is such an underrated movie. Great horror movie, horror comedy, if you're into that. But just because of her work as Natara, I don't want to see Megan Fox go anywhere near a Mortal Kombat project again. So I'm sorry, Megan, I love you, but this is an F. Jennifer Aniston as Sonya Blade, the girl from Friends, as an F. Sylvester Stallone is up next as Ermac, and this this is an F. Next up is Emma Watson as Frost. And you know what? At first I was like, this is an F, but Emma Watson kind of gives off this kind of bratty, you can't tell me nothing, I'm going to do what I want to do type vibe. And I think that's exactly the kind of aura that Frost has. So I kind of like this. So, I mean, I don't like what was done in the AI. That looks terrible. But just the idea of Emma Watson as Frost, I'm going B. Denzel Washington as Jax. I don't know if it's because he's kind of old and black. Like, I don't like this. I mean, I can understand why the AI would go this route, but no. I'm going to go with a D for this. Not exactly as bad as an F, but no, I don't like this pairing. Why are we seeing this again? I don't know why they want to keep putting Robert Downey as Smoke. I don't see it, but anyway. Next up is Bruce Willis as Shao Kahn. It's like, this is the AI that's going to take over the world that we're supposed to be afraid of. This is an F. He doesn't have the stature. He doesn't have the muscle build. He doesn't. No, just because he's, wearing a helmet, because Shao Kahn wears a helmet, you think we won't know the dude from Die Hard is playing the character? No. F. By the way, from what I've read, Bruce Willis is having a real tough time with dementia. He doesn't even remember that he was a movie star, apparently. So, really tough way to see such a great actor go out. So, shout out to Bruce Willis. Cameron Diaz as Scarlet. I don't like it, but I think she might be able to pull it off. I'm going to give this a C. Man, they really like Hugh Jackman as Scorpion. Sandra Bullock as Jade. Look, I love Sandra Bullock. I dig Pretty Woman. I loved her in Speed. Bird Box wasn't the best, but I was rocking with it. But Sandra Bullock as Jade, F! Yeah, AI really likes this pairing, and like I said, I can see why. Okay, Jennifer Lopez as Ashura. Now, I can understand why the AI would choose Jennifer Lopez for a Mortal Kombat casting, because she's built like an MK9 female character. She's dragging that wagon, okay? So I understand. But if we're gonna do J-Lo, I don't think Ashura is the right choice. So for this, because I can understand why the AI chose it, but because of the character they chose, I'm gonna give this a D. Scott Adkins as Noob Saibot. Now Scott is another he's from guy. He's he's from that one thing that we used to watch, at least for me. Anyway, this man does crazy roles. He does crazy fight scenes. So I kind of like him as Noob Saibot. You can cover him up. He doesn't really have to look like Noob or any of the other characters. So Scott Adkins as Noob Saibot, I'm going B. Jackie Chan as Sub-Zero is an F. I can't even picture Sub-Zero fighting the way Jackie does. You know how Jackie is mostly defensive. He's running around a room using furniture to get in between him and his opponent. Just no, not for Sub-Zero. I can understand maybe why they chose Jackie Chan, but I don't think Jackie Chan fits for any Mortal Kombat character. Last is Zendaya as Tanya. And again, this is something I can understand why the AI went in this direction. But when I see Zendaya, I just see youth. I see and this is going to sound bad, but I feel like she can still play like an adolescent character. She can still play like a high school or college character. And I just feel like the Edenians, or pretty much any character in Mortal Kombat, are adult characters. Not to say Zendaya is not an adult. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I don't really dig this combination. So I'm going to give it a D. Let me know if you want me to do any more of these Mortal Kombat AI videos. There are tons of these. I'm drowning in Mortal Kombat AI videos. So let me know, and let me know which actor and character combination you liked best in the comments. If you made it this far, you can
Acknowledge me
by hitting the like button. This helps videos like this get to viewers like you, and it is very much appreciated. You can hit confirm that by hitting the subscribe button to join
literally millions
of Shinfitz subscribers. If you want to see the 100% complete and full history and story of Onaga, that video is on screen now. But more importantly than anything else, don't get beat up out there.